Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just That I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we started doing our side quest shenanigans, and in this episode we're gonna go and do Am the Poor Keep. We also did another dungeon last time. Alright, let's do it. Am the Poor Keep. I am of course gonna be playing as a warrior right now. I love how I'm saying, of course. Also, this one we're gonna move back over there. Oopsie. Because I've already found, like, other uses for these buttons. I've also forgotten to, like, assign some other buttons that I've recently figured out that I can use. Alright, so you can do really big pulls in this dungeon, but my god, my item level is not high enough to do that. Alright, so this one cultist is gonna summon something, so you can just stun her, and then you won't have to deal with that. Right. I think I'll pull like 3 encounters. Sure. I'll pull 3 encounters and then we'll take a little bit of a break. Right. There we go. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. 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 There's also a minion to be had in this place, should you be interested. Well, there are a lot of minions to be gotten in these places, but I'm honestly not gonna... I don't think we're gonna deal with that, particularly. At least not yet. If I really want to get all the minions at some point, that would first and foremost be on my main character, probably, because he already has a lot of the rare ones. We'll just see how that goes. I, in any case, don't plan on doing that. Let me also go and do this. Oh wow, nice. Managed to kill him before she could summon the ads. That's very nice. Alright, first boss, the Lunatic Priest. Alamo to twice again. Haha, you fool. Alright, he will do Void Call. And as you would expect, he's not really the actual boss. The actual boss is this boy, the Psych Flare. He has a couple of different things he can do. One of them is Void Thunder 3, which is kind of a tank buster. You can just stun him or interrupt it. He's going to wake up a giant freaking golem behind us. Mind Melt is an AoE, which we can just interrupt. Canker is a single target hit on somebody and they're going to inflict disease, which you can just use as an on to remove. So not too big of an issue. And that's it. And I think there may be like a soften rage with the enemy, but I could be wrong. Sure as hell don't remember. Or don't even know, really, honestly. Mid gloves are horrendous, so I would rather not. Right. Time to get surprised. Oh my god! The statues are alive! Alright, Hound Lights. Let's go and grab these boys too. I will grab the encounter in this room too. And then we will go and take a little bit of a break of pulling, because of the reasons that I've already given multiple times today. And yesterday. Or, you know, today and like in this episode and the last episode. For me, it's still the same day, but whatever. Banana. Right, another Dullahan. Need to get this freaking Brontosaur. Where the hell are you? There we go. Man, people are grabbing the aggro from me. Which makes sense because, you know, they're doing damage while running. Okay. I don't know about you, but I feel like I should probably stop. Did I seriously hit like none of these enemies with freaking slow from my arm's length? That's a little bit annoying. You can pull basically all of these encounters in one go, but that's going to be a really difficult thing to deal with. Say hello to the demon wall. He will hit random people with a normal attack, and then he will have the middle part be like a little black hole place. If you stay in there when it disappears, you're going to take heavy and a lot of damage. And you're going to get a lot of damage and then also a heavy debuff. And then after doing that 2 times, he will then proceed to do Repel, where it's going to knock you back. If you're not in the middle, if you're too far on the edge, he will knock you off and you will die. It's also kind of a DPS check, where if he reaches the wall behind you before he's dead, you will die. At least that is what I would expect. Also, what item level are these things? Also level 55? Yeah, wow, jeez. Pathetic. Item level 90 was like the highest item level you could get in the first... Not particular expansion, but the first thing. Like in just 2.0? I could be wrong though. It definitely doesn't feel like it, but... Could also be item level 50-ish. What the fuck? How did I instantly lose the aggro of that bitch? Jesus. I know that my DPS are doing damage, but still. That is the handy thing though, like, you may lose aggro on the way, but you just need to stand still for a moment and grab it again. But while we are on the way, as you can see, the enemies are dying while we are running, so... Honestly, one of the more difficult things about pulling big as a tank is avoiding all of the AoEs. And that goes for basically everything, really. It goes for the DPS and for the healers too. I'm gonna wait a little bit for people to catch up, because... if I start pulling without my party to back me up, then... we're probably gonna run into an issue. I'll just go and stop over here, whatever. There's a couple more enemies in the next room, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather stop a little bit earlier than get myself killed by pulling everything. Depending on which group I'm with. If I'm just with my static group, sure, why not? But when I'm playing with other people, I try to make it so that we have a smooth run. Right? And like I said, a couple more enemies. Literally 2 enemies. Let's go and kill this Dullahan. And then it is boss time. Say hello to Anantaboga. This dude does a cleave attack. And also has a tail attack, which is pretty huge, as you can see. That's the cleave attack, the look. So point it away from the party, otherwise, well, the party's gonna take the damage. He also does another move called Disease Breath, I think, or Rotten Breath, there we go. Which hits you with disease, which lowers your speed and lowers the amount of HP that you get recovered from healing. So it's a debuff you really want to remove. And then he does Imminent Catastrophe. You can stand here and take the damage, it's not going to kill you normally. Or you can stand behind a statue and take no damage whatsoever. There's also going to be, these statues are basically over time going to turn into ads. But it's not really that big of an issue because of item level, like higher item level shenanigans in general, so... Unless you're doing this like minimum item level without echo or whatever, you would never run into an issue with this. Unless if you did that. Whoa, hey! Oh. Sad. People just left. Also, I forgot to get that scroll. I like to use the scroll. There we go. Nice. Okay. So that's going to be the dungeons for the moment in any case. Let me go and leave that party, or disband basically. Okay. Back to Thanalan we go. I guess Forgotten Springs works. Also, I apparently have full seals, which is interesting, which means that I should kind of use them. But I need to remember... Oh boy. I need to remember what I need. Just opening up a lot of different menus. I was trying to remember which job I was leveling. It was Black Mage. Bum, bum, bum. I'm also getting tomestones from beating these dungeons. I get like 100 extra tomestones, maybe. Is it 100? I'm not sure if it's 100, but I in any case get extra tomestones for doing those dungeons for the first time. So. Oh, right. Blasting powder used to clear tunnels in mines, though 24 ounces is a tad overkill. Lots of exclamation points. Dude just got freaking blown up. Well, yeah, I guess. In a nutshell, yes. Also get myself a gun. Not bad, but there are better guns. I was actually really hoping that I would get like some more interesting stuff in those dungeons, but doesn't really seem to be the case. Alright, Hab. Sabbath and Dale came back, and then left us quickly to go home with his brothers. Said that the winds of Thanalan were calling him home, or at least that's what I think he said. How nice it must be to have family. Mine's long dead. Dead? Dead. Like dead dead. Not undead like me. Still, just knowing that I have friends in this vast, lonely world is enough for me. Why, I suppose I can even call you a friend too. You don't mind my odor, do you? As we get ourselves the Cactuar Cutling, which used to be my minion for a long time. And now it's a turtle. Now I've got a turtle. Right, let us go back over to Horizon. We also still have the Weaponsmith of Legend. I guess I'll go and check this out first. Then I can also go and take a look at Primal Fear. Which I think is going to be the thing that's going to like lead us to Coils of Bahamut. Which is the raid here. Bum, 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 bum. Right. The Tam-Tara just like stands up when I enter. Alright, Wixton. Friend, I had my doubts that even one of your talents could win over to you. Once again, you have proven yourself capable of tasks that would make an ordinary adventurer shrink in fear. You have given hope and courage to all here, myself most of all. Rest assured that we shall not squander the opportunity you have given us. For my comrades, for my realm, for a new dawn, I shall stand tall and fight. Right. Hello, Thancred. Thancred, yeah, sure, no, you're gonna say. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal walketh the shroud. Those who have borne the eldritch sprite aspire to witness, and return to tell the tale, avow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The Godscriver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bowlord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray heed thee, or hie thee, yeah sure, to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. Okay, I think I know what that's gonna unlock. It was not actually what I expected, honestly. I did not expect that that was gonna be what he was gonna give me. I may need to do like some patch stuff before I can get the thing that I was actually thinking of. A friend of Nerdrix, are you? And you must be an adventurer of some skill. My business relies on capable people such as you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'm going to share with you a morsel of information. There's this bloke named Gerald, makes his living in weapons and armor and whatnot. Say his skill is the finest in all the realm. Might be as it's gone to his head though. Folks don't take to the man, if you get my meaning. Oh, and he likes to drink and all. Bloody Byron got himself in the forge though. As a young lad, he was cast out on his ear by his master for the crime of craft and finer wares, and that while pissed drunk. Ever since he's roamed here and there, earning his keep day by day. I have known Gerald ever since I landed in this business. Ain't seen him for a while though, and the last time I did, the old fool had tears in his eyes and snot dripping from his nose. Fallen on hard times, he said. Asked for a bit of coin to tide him over. Never paid me back neither. Couldn't say for sure where he is now. Seemed to remember hearing he was in the Black Shroud, putting up at Hurstmill, or some such place. You might do well to commission his work. Even reforge the relics of old if you make it worth his while. And there ain't no water in the Orzask can do that. If it's relics you care to know about, I've a promise of payment what might catch your fancy. It don't look like much, but it'll get old Gerald to fire up his forge. That much I promise. Right, so now we have to just go to the shroud. This, my friends, the weaponsmith of legend, this is going to be an adventure. I can guarantee you that. This is actually the... Oh, right. You know what? Let me go and look this up right to the freaking hell now. Let me go into this. So we have these weapons. I need the Zodiac weapons. Oh, here we go again. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, you can also press down. Yeah, okay. And for these ones, I need... my god. Give me a second to figure out what all the things are that I need, because I need those, which I can just get with tomestones. Up in arms, I know that one. Trials of the Braves, which is the really shitty one. Well, they're all really shitty, honestly. Alexandrite is also not particularly an amazing one. That's where I need the other stuff. And then that thing, yep, I know that one too. Doesn't require anything else though. Let's see. So which one was it? Weapons and quests. I guess I wasn't on the correct thing. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. That's a much better menu. It explains to me what I need. Specifically. Let's see. So for this one, I'm going to need 400,000 gil, 80k company seals, and 800 tomestones. Oh boy, I forgot about this. Okay, so I need 80k, which is... Okay, I'm gonna go over to Limsa for a moment. I'm also gonna pause my recording and go to the bathroom for a moment too. So I'm gonna, you know, be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I will show you what you will probably want to get if you want to go and get a relic weapon. Now if you're crazy, like if you're really crazy, like a certain somebody, aka me, then you can also get them all. It's not like you can only get one, you can get all of them. However, I would recommend against doing that. Because it's a pain in the ass. Bombard cores, there they are. So I can get 2 right now, and I'm gonna need another 2. So yeah, just to give you like an idea of how much shit you need. That's only for one weapon, by the way. Alright. So now that is done, let us go over to Gerald. In the Black Shroud. And then I can go and get Primal Fear going too. And then I think we're gonna be able to do a trial. With Primal Fear. While I have hiccups. Also, another thing I want to do is get some keybinds going. I think. Actually, no, wait, I already have these keybinds set up. Apparently. I thought that I didn't. Wait, why did I think that I didn't have them set up? I think it's because I haven't put this on its correct spot yet. Did I put it on Q or did I put it on X? I think I put this on X, right? Because here's X for self-healing, basically. Yeah. There we go. And then for Paladin, Q. I'm not going to put you on Q. I would rather put you on Alt Q. Right. That should be fine. Now let's go and switch back to Black Mage, because I want to get that XP as a Black Mage. Hello. Got business with the Avia adventure? And there'd be coin or drink in it, elsewise bugger off back to wherever it was you came from. Restoration work on an old weapon, you say? What makes you think I'd fire up the forge for a grimy old... Promise of payment, a slip of parchment signed by the weaponsmith Gerald, documenting monies borrowed from Rowena. Egad, where in the 7 hells did you get that promise of payment? I ain't got no coin, I tell ya. Nay, not a single bloody gil. Gosh, just look at me. How far I've fallen. Me, the greatest weaponsmith of our age, hammering out dints in kettles to pay off a tavern debt. Can't even begin to grasp my humiliation, can you? Bah, of course you can't. Why'd I even bother asking? Alright, I'll restore your bloody weapon. Just get that goddamn slip of paper out of my sight. The quest of Relic Reborn is now available from Gerald. This quest can only be undertaken when playing as one of the following jobs. You know, all the AR jobs, basically. In order to accept a Relic Reborn, you must first complete the level 50 quest for one of the previously mentioned jobs. Each job has its own Relic Reborn quest, the completion of which will earn you the Relic Weapon for that job. Please note that you can only undertake one Relic Reborn quest at any given time. If you wish to acquire a different Relic Weapon, you must either complete or abandon the current quest. So there we go. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that later, much later. Actually, maybe not much later, but in any case, just later. This is one of those situations where I would say that this quest is really involved, to the point that I'll probably do it at another time. I first want to clean up everything, and then we'll do like the really big ones. Run, Lin. Run! But there, I have heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the primal investigation, yes? Your aid is most welcome. I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand. Those still unsubstantiated ill rumors stir among the townspeople of late. Rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in a shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect, but we have naught to gain by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets of there, speak with the people, and hear their words with your own ears. I sure wonder who they could be talking about. It's not like I'm already using one of his weapons. The Ghost Knight, I saw him, clad from head to toe in armor that seemed forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hellsborn steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivering in fear that night. I've not slept a wink since I returned. Also, lots of firework happening. Ba-da-doo-da. Right. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, after which I promptly fled for my dear life. Should you end up in my position, you'd be wise to do the same. I have my pride, but I'm no fool to cast, not fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know this is a manifestation of pure evil. Were he to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all of our lances, as one, could not hope to stand in his way. Also, Borg, dog. Oh no, my pants! What the fuck? It's such a good name. Yeah, don't sneak up on me like that, friend. Forgive me, ever since espying a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I know the elementals would punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey their will. It is surely a sign of sinister happenings to come. There's so much fireworks. So much fireworks. Hello. I saw him clear as day, or clear as night, I might say, with my own two eyes. More fearsome than a rider was his ghastly steed. I know not where you've travelled, but I can assure you, you've not seen more frightening a beast. One thing I can tell you, friend: there was no spectre or shadow. Nay, it was as solid as you and me. And back we go. A freaking name. Oh no, my pants! I love this game. I really like it. I just love the fact that you can like encounter really like in-depth, like very like lore-ish names, and then you have stuff like, oh no, my pants. That's what I love. Just to like slightly break my immersion. A knight clad in shadow-forged armor, a mammoth sword, and hellsborn steed. It is clear now, our worst forebodings have proven most unfortunate prescient. Right. A ghostly knight atop his baleful steed. It is as I feared. The rumors bear a most inauspicious resemblance to the reference in ancient scripture describing Odin, the dark divinity. It is my suspicion that the Dark Horseman of rumor is indeed Odin, and furthermore that this malevolent presence is a primal. And yet before the god Scriver takes action, I would seek the counsel of one versed in the holy writings. Make for Corymil and seek out brother Oapisi. I would know what he knows, and be swifter there. If Odin is truly come to the shroud, time is not at our side. The Dark Divinity. So this is something that they added relatively recently. It's basically like a trial version of Odin, so that people can actually do Odin without having to deal with the fate shenanigans. I'm Oapesi. Jesus. And you must be the adventurer I've been expecting. Oh yes. The Dark Divinity, Bolord Lewin, is understandably distressed at his arrival. As one who has read the scriptures, however, I am not entirely surprised. Odin, as the ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world wielding a black blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish earth herself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last a great hero of Alak, did rise to do battle with the dark god. Odin was slain, and his spirit sealed within a forest spring. For years this was thought to be a mere wives' tale. A ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. But recent archaeological studies at Allagan ruins have unearthed damning evidence to the contrary, and now these rumors. The scriptures claim that the dark divinity slumbers in Earth's found, deep in the heart of the shroud, where the power of a crystal confines him. I have ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with my own eyes, but this was many years ago. It is entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and the feathers of crystal confine the dark divinity no longer. I would send you to Earth's font to investigate the matter, but be forewarned. Your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirit stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. Gudanian spring water blessed and imbued with purifying magic. Magics by brother Oapesi. Freaking these names. These bloody names. Will I fight him as a black mage, though? I could. The question is, should I? Probably not. Well, I'm gonna go through the list like I did before, so. The last of the Allagans. Huh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Man, oh man, did I forget. I've not played Black Mage in a little bit, so I kind of forgot how slow Black Mage is. Oh yeah, that works, whatever. It's fine. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that my lower item level is having an effect. Right. I'll just go and teleport back there. I'm too lazy to fly. I'm too lazy for that shit. The crystalline jail that held the dark divinity in check. Were you able to ascertain what has become of it? This stone may have been the only thing preventing the Elder Primal Odin's return to Eorzea, and now the stone is destroyed. Magical energy still remains in this stone, though its powers have grown dim. What's more, behold how the stone has been cleaved clear in twain by Odin's fell blade. There can be no doubt. Yes, there can be no doubt as to the identity of our unwelcome guest. And yet, it is all most curious. If the Dark Divinity rides free, why does he tarry in the shroud? Anyway, you are to be commended for your bravery, adventurer. Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I would be most grateful if you could share your findings with her as well. So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of Earth's gift has been broken, and the Dark Divinity rides again. I must draft a report immediately. Your assistance in the investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I have finally managed to complete my report, a thorough survey of all eyewitness reports, along with the most credible theories regarding the dark divinity's presence in the shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to Brother Apesi and Bolord Lewin myself. The Scions, too, will no doubt be eager to learn of our findings. I would be most appreciated if you would deliver a copy to Oriange in my stead. My duties demand that I remain composed, but in all truth, I fear for the fate of our people. Should the time come that the Dark Divinity draws his blade against Gridania, promise me that we can count on your aid. Actually, whatever, man. I've got Vesper Bay tickets. It's interesting to see this place like so empty from quests. Right. Hello. Lyn, I am most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunts the shroud? A list documenting all recent sightings of the Elder Primal, Odin. So it is true. Having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, the Dark Divinity now rides free in the shroud. Whilst you were afield, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realize that their writings draw heavily upon elegant historical chronicles. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering. One nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story that is presented as historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Alex seal Odin in a jail of crystal? What impels the Dark Divinity to write once again? Cast thine light on the shadows of history, my friend, that they might be delivered from the darkness. Whatever, man. Really now. Okay, I think by doing all of this, it may have unlocked, like, a trial that I can get in the Shroud. I think. Am I done now with Thanalan? I think so, actually. Since I have just done everything in here, and this is the only area that was still left. Actually, wait, no, Ul'dah. There's still some stuff to be gotten in Ul'dah. I know that I need to unlock the Beast Tribe. Well, it used to be called Beast Tribe. I think it's called something different now. But I don't remember, because it's literally like the last patch, which was like fucking 2 days ago. Or, well, nah, I think at this point it might be a little bit longer. Let's see. So we have the rise and fall of a gentleman, or of gentlemen, the way of the samurai, and Corpsegrim. I think I know Corpsegrim. Peace for Thanalan is one of the things I want to get, but these two I'm not going to get. The way of the samurai is to unlock samurai, which I will unlock basically once we begin Heavensward. I think I'm going to be unlocking like the Heavensward jobs, and then also these, because I'm going to have like level 50 across the board. And this is a really long line of quests. So we'll get to that at a later point too. Hello. Yours is a welcome face then. I would ask for one of your impeccable record would be well suited. Though perhaps campaign would be a more fitting description, given the sheer commitment this mission demands. As you are well aware, the inhabitants of Thanalan have long suffered the hostilities of the Amalja. The Lizardmen had been quiet for a time, chastened by your victory over the Primal Ifrit. But once again the Beastmen stir. There has been a resurgence in kidnappings, and in greater number than before. Matters have grown so far out of hand that the local garrison have petitioned us for reinforcements. That is why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Amalja and put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Gisilbert, head of security in Little Amigo, and he will brief you on the details of your duty. Right. And then I'm gonna go and get Corpsegrim, which I think I know what that is. It's a very interesting quest, that's for sure. If that is what I think it is. But I will DC instead. No. Right. Let's go over here. There's also the Killer Instinct, which is to unlock... what's it called? To unlock Reaper. Ah! Huh? Why, you're Lin Adair, the famous adventurer. Thank the gods for bringing you here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Payo Rayo. One of the many faces adventurers struggling to make their way in Eorzea. Forgive me if I sound bitter. I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Sestasha, you see. Hard to believe you moved in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember having met a conjurer named Edda around that time? We used to adventure together, she and I, and 2 others. Our little group didn't last very long though. Things fell to pieces when Avere, our leader, and Edda's fiancé, met his end in the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Harsh words were exchanged and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting by on my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Edda, containing an invitation to her wedding. Now, I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her. And I was, until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Avere. What's more, the venue for the ceremony is to be the Tam-Tara Deepcroft, the very place the poor fellow died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Now, in the letter, Edda wrote that Liavin, as a 4th member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Liavin about the whole strange affair before replying. But last I heard, she joined the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest scion of them all appeared. That is, could you tell me where I might find her? In the lich yard of the Church of Saint Adama Landama? I'm sorry, I don't... Slain in an imperial raid, you say? By the 12th, I had no idea. When did this happen? While the Black Wolf still lived? Then how can it be that Liavin met Edda recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you'd show me Livian's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had a good heart, and if she's truly... well, I need to pay my respects. Please, meet me at the lich yard. Nod. Let us go and check out the grave. In the meantime, let me also go and check out something else for a moment, if you don't mind. Not like you guys have much of a choice. Okay, that was a door being slammed shut. That's oh boy, a lot of folk all too cute for you. Really now. The true thing is, not cute enough for me. That's Liavin's grave. The tombstone has been knocked over and the earth before disturbed. So this is where poor Livian now lies. What's the meaning of this? Not only is her grave defiled, her body's gone. Who could have done this? Oh no. Could it have been Edda? The more I think about it, the more it makes me... well, I was going to say sense, but gods. I will try to explain. To the rest of us, our little party of 4 was but a means to riches and glory. Such things as adventurers seek, but to Edda it was her life. She blamed herself for Avere's death, and to our shame we agreed with her. Though we know full well we were all to blame. And then when we left her, where she stood with her fiancé's head for company. How could I have been so heartless? Small wonder the poor girl has been driven from her wits. But what's done is done. All we can do is admit to our mistakes and make amends as best we can. Avere is gone, and so is Liavin. But Edda refuses to accept it. She won't let go of the past. I know not what she means to do in Tam-Tara, but it can lead to no good end. I will attend this wedding and try to restore her to her senses. I would be much reassured if you would accompany me, Lin. As Avere once did, so too does Edda look up to you. She may not listen to me, but she may yet heed the words of somebody she admires. And failing that... No. It doesn't bear thinking about. If we hurry, it need not come to that. Please, meet me at the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Together, we will put an end to whatever madness Edda is planning. Alright. Oopsie. Toasty. Off we go to Branch Meadows. A Lalafellin thaumaturge. Just so happens a fellow like that went into the Deepcroft not a minute ago. There was a young lady with him, dressed head to toe in white. The lass was all smiles and giggles, like a maiden on her wedding day, but your friend looked stiff as a board. Can't say I blame him, though. Crypts do strange things to the best of us. You mean to head inside as well, do you? Well, take care you don't wake the dead, eh? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Let me go and check to see if your boy is still online. He still is. There we go. Now we just gotta wait for your boy to answer. It's either that or I'm just gonna queue up as a... I'm gonna queue up as a white mage anyway. That's the next one on the list, but... It would be nice if I had somebody else, because I'm also thinking about reading the documents in there. Because yes, there's stuff to read in there. And it's very interesting to read too. So I would very much like to get that. Doesn't really seem like I'll have much of a success. I think he may be gone. He's not gone. He's still here and is not watching a cutscene, but he may have left his chair or whatever. All right, let's go and just queue up myself. Tam-Tara hard. Because what the hell is this? Average item level 70 and item sync is also 110. Just like this. Oh no, average item is 45 for this one. Ah, that's interesting. And this is suddenly 70, so we're suddenly like getting a spike. It depends, like this has been introduced in like a later patch, so the item levels are a little bit jumbled. Right. And it's an insta bottom, because of course it is. Right, so I'm gonna write something down. Welcome to the Tam-Tara Deepcroft, but then the hard version. Right, duty commenced. Bum, 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 bum. That wouldn't have been nice if the tank had his tank stance on. That would be very nice. Like, we'll just see how long it takes him to notice that his tank stance is off. If he notices at all. There it is. Right. I finally mustered the courage to speak with your hero, my love. Lynn is as kind and wise as she is brave and strong. She listened attentively as I told her all about you, about us. Though she is a woman of few words, or perhaps she is everything she seemed to inspire me, why her gaze alone instilled me with a confidence I never knew I had. Truly, I feel prepared to face the future for having met her. How right you were, my love. So this is stuff that Edda is reading, basically. Or Edda is talking about. Also go and not forget that I'm a healer. You know. This place is also more than a little bit creepy. FYI. Also, this may be the first time you guys get to see me use Holy. You want permanent eye damage? Use Holy. However, it is still ridiculously good. Right, go get him, buddy. Right. And time for more Holy. However, Holy is, you know, an AoE which stuns, so... You can basically, like, stun enemies 3 times. And then it becomes kind of useless. I may have gotten hit by that, but I didn't. Nice. And there's another thing. Scarcely a week has passed since we returned to the village, and already I cannot help thinking it was a mistake. There was a time when this place seemed just large enough, but having seen the wider world, it all feels so insufferably confined that I often find myself struggling for breath. I know that this is the same for you, my love. The only time I truly feel alive is when I am adventuring with you. We are as caged birds in this backwater. So long as we remain here, we'll never be able to spread our wings and soar, so let's take the road. Lifetime of full memories. Oh, yeah. Benediction! Because I'm reading the documents. They may not have noticed that there was a document over there. I think you get the message though. She's very much obsessed with this person. Let's go and give people some regens. Maybe actually heal the monk, because he's been taking a lot of freaking damage. I'm going to use Lucid Dreamin'. And there's even more enemies. We also go and read this thing. I could have hoped for a more romantic first visit to Mordona. Crystals that pierce the landscape glowed in all their majesty, as if to celebrate our future together. And as we laced by Silvertear Lake, watching the waves lapping in the shore, the sun took its leave behind the horizon, that we might enjoy a moment of intimacy. I want us to be together forever. You first said these words to me years ago, and you said them to me again tonight. I'm so happy to be with you. Meep. What item level is this? Item level 80. Okay. Not bad. But item level 90 is what I have. Okay, this boss is an interesting little encounter, I would say. This is Liavian, or Liavin. She will mark one person, and this person is going to get chased by zombies. If you kill the zombies, they will blow up and give us all a vulnerability debuff. Somebody will then get marked by this symbol, and you have to basically aim this over the zombies so that her arrows kill the zombies. And that is everything. And then she does Tantrum, which is just a big AoE. That is it. They have changed a couple of things about this boss. There used to be a lot more zombies. And he also used to not have like the big AoE over you. It would just have like an arrow over your head, basically. So it kind of have to guess like how big the range was. Alright. I think she's gonna die before she shoots the arrows. Yeah. And then she says, I told them she was weird. But they didn't listen. Let me just go and remove these. I don't need these. Defiled coffin. When you open the coffin, you get stunned. And there will be a creepy little boy looking at you. Yeah, sure, I'll greet that. Paralyzed 3. I'm going to move the fuck away from that. Okay. Well. Yeah, paralyzed on the black mage sounds like hell. Also, more. You have been looking deathly pale of late. The scorching heat of Townland does not agree with you. You were never fond of hot climbs. It was a mistake to come here. Let us make for Curthus, where the bracing air will put rose on your cheeks. This, I think, is gonna hit me, but it's gonna be worth it. Because then I can stun him. There's a discarded... Also, spare souls, spare wills, and a discarded body. Whoopsie. Going as lucid dreaming again. And we have another coffin. And another torn folio. And, you know, another dandelion. I'm going to use Medica 2 again to give the regen, and then give another normal regen on him. And then he should be fine. Another note. I know it must not be easy without a body. I promise to find one for you. But you must have patience. You are my husband-to-be, and there's nothing I would not do for you. So please have faith in me. Give me time, my love, and I shall make you whole again, as you make me. Right. Normally I would love to do this like with my static friends, but almost nobody's online at this time, so... Otherwise I would do it with a full party of us and then we could just take our time. But now I'm just gonna read through it quickly, because I don't wanna waste a lot of time with these people. I did ask them if it was okay. If they would rather just go to the dungeon fast, then I would have not read them, and actually no, I would have clicked on them and then I would have read them later on. But I feel like it's really nice to read them while you're doing the dungeon. Because that adds to the effect of this dungeon. It adds to the story because, you know, it is a story. Let's see. Another item. Another torn folio and another defiled coffin. Open it up, buddy. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, my love, but we cannot afford to compromise, not where your new body is concerned. Ordinary adventurers die often enough, leaving their ordinary corpses. But if you are to be like Lynn, we cannot settle for anything less than extraordinary. But a strong body requires an equally strong soul, as I recently discovered. Now, you are probably worried that strong souls are rare, and so they are, but never fear, for we can create one ourselves. All we need is a plentiful supply of the weaker kinds, and they are common indeed. Be patient just a little longer, my love, and all will be as you desire. So the thing she's doing is basically like creating a new body and a new soul, just like trying to basically recreate a Vere. That's what she's doing. That's why you find like spare bodies, spare souls, and all that shit. And now we have Pyorea, who is here. I can't move my body, help me. Help me! Also, hello, are we fighting this dude? So the spare body is the boss of this boss battle. However, the little portals will spawn orbs eventually. And you basically need to avoid... You need to take these orbs, take some damage while doing so. But you need to make sure that they don't blow up near the Lalafell. Near Pyo. Because if Pyo dies, then the spare body will go and enrage, basically. It will go really big and do a hell of a lot of damage. Now, if that dude would please leave the puddle of bleeding, that would be nice. So you also want to watch out with the cleaves that this boss does. The fact that he cleaves and the puddles that he leaves behind. These are things that you do not want to... these are things that you do not want Pyo to be hit by. It's also interesting that he's keeping the thing in like the bleeding puddle. While we have like a monk who has no ranged attacks at all. Now I could rescue him. But that, I feel like that would be rude. Okay, these are big boys. Black Mage or whoever, you're gonna take a lot of damage, so give me a moment. Oh god. There we go. I'm gonna get lucid streaming going. Because I have been using a lot of MP to heal up people from the big orbs. And there we go. Half Gloves of Divine Harvest. I did not mean to greet that other one, but that's what happened. Also, this video is really long, I just noticed. Oh well. No going back. Right. Another one of these things. And now we get to this part, with discarded eyes and spare lungs. Let me go and give myself a regen, because... So these guys love hitting you with disease. Which of course lowers the amount of healing that you can take. And slows you down too, so... It's in general a pretty bad little thing. Please, no. Benediction, yeah. There we go. If you touch these little flying bits, they will stop, they will create an AoE around them, and they will blow up. So you kind of want to avoid them if you can, and otherwise just avoid the AoE. Son of a bitch. There we go. Just gonna hit somebody with Canker, which I will remove. Oopsie. That is an example of that orb blowing up. And there we go. Look, Avery, all these people have come to make you a gift of their souls. Isn't that kind of them? Even Lynn is here. Now your dream of becoming like her can come true. Yes! This is happening. We have a Vere, or in any case what Edda made of a Vere's head. Which she carried around, by the way. So yeah. Oh, tank man, please. Move out of the puddles of bleed, for the love of God. How much does one guy want to kill himself? Jesus. So, you avoid the lasers, and then at this point, you kill the grooms to be, because if they reach a Vere, one of the runes outside is going to start lighting up. Once all the rooms have lit up, it's basically a wipe. Like, the rate-wide damage she does after that is horrifying. Otherwise, it is fine, really. It's still rate-wide damage, but basically, the more of these there are, the more damage it's going to do. So even if you, like, one sips past, it's going to be fine, but you don't want too many to sip past. And then she does Red Wedding. I swear, this dude. My God. Am I a joke to you? And somebody else is already losing is freaking cool. This is fine. There we go. Alright. We'll get more Red Wedding. And more lasers. And down he goes. What have you done? Oh boy. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. No, sure, whatever. Let's off we go. As I get 2 player commendations. Meanwhile, we can hear the screams of skeletons. It's finally over. But that it could have been different. What choice did we have? Let this be my last act as an adventurer. I've done quite enough harm as it is. I mean to go home and live out my days in... Huh? No. It can't be. Ah! I'm sorry, please forgive me! So you want to know... you want to know something interesting? So, I'm not sure if it still exists at this point of the game, like at this version of the game, but when this originally released, when you beat this dungeon, you would be haunted by a fairy. So, in certain moments and in certain places, you would be able to see a fairy. Oh, not a fairy, sorry, Edda. So that's pretty creepy and cool. I like it. Alright, anyway. Let us go over to Little Amigo. Commander Swift said he'd assign someone to assist with our growing beastman problem. Glad to see the urgency of our situation is being taken seriously. Now, as I'm sure the commander explained, the Amalja activity in the region has grown almost frenzied. Seems like the lizardmen are determined to carry off every peddler and traveler that's tries to pass through southern Thailand. And I'm not speaking of furtive nighttime raids here. The bastards are striking in full daylight, even against escorted merchant caravans. We've heard reports of raids as far south as the Sagoli Desert, so it's not a simple matter of increasing patrols on the roads into Alamigo. Or Little Alamigo. We must mount a decisive response, and soon. The next time the Amalja appear, I want you to ready them I want you ready to send them howling back into the desert. Not long before you arrived, in fact, our scouts reported a merchant resting in plain view of on one of the trade routes. Make haste to the location I've marked on your map, and see that the fool isn't taken by a raiding party. Okay, now let me go and switch back over to Black Mage, because, you know, XP. Now, I did get, like, into the dungeons at some point, right? Or, like, yeah, to the dungeons, but... Oh, I also got this. Nice. Not like I'm gonna use it, but whatever. I also got some pieces of gear, but nothing of this, like, really that special, I would say. I was kind of hoping to find, like, different glamour gear. This is pretty decent, though. Right, but I can't dye it, which is a little bit annoying. Alright, off we go. Oh wait, before we continue, I need to end off this episode. I'm so sorry. I pinned this episode of just that I was playing Final Fantasy 14. I totally forgot that I was that I needed to stop after Tam-Tara. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Just I was playing Final Fantasy 14, and next episode we're gonna go and continue with the side quest shenanigans. Bye.